In today's world of fast-paced cloud infrastructure, we deploy applications and services at an unprecedented rate. We've got great tools like Terraform that give us rapid deployments at scale, and we've got CI/CD to orchestrate and manage our workflow. But with all of that speed and complexity comes a risk of security oversights. Misconfigurations in our Terraform code can lead to data breaches, compliance issues, and other costly consequences. Relying solely on manual review to ensure that our Terraform code meets all of the security best practices isn't enough. We're all human, and humans can miss key details. The more we can automate the process of scanning for security vulnerabilities or misconfigurations in our Terraform code before it hits our CI/CD pipelines and before it gets deployed, the more confidence we can have in the code that we deploy. This is where TFsec comes in. TFsec is a static analysis tool that can detect potential security problems within your Terraform code and provide solutions to fix them. It's a lightweight tool that scans deep inside your code and its dependencies to identify potential problems based on hundreds of predefined rules. TFsec can identify potential security misconfigurations and best practice improvements before code is even committed, and display the results in a developer-friendly, easy-to-understand output. Not only does TFsec identify potential security vulnerabilities in your codebase, but it gives lots of helpful information about why a particular configuration is a potential security risk, and provides example-driven steps of how to rectify the issue. Let's take a quick look at some of the high-level features of TFsec and why they matter. It's got hundreds of predefined rules to identify potential security misconfigurations across all of the major cloud providers, including AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and many more. TFsec rules are largely sourced from the community. Most of them are written by actual engineers in real-world scenarios and reflect the reality of security in today's cloud-driven world. You can extend TFsec with your own rules to scan for customized patterns and configurations that are unique to your organization. TFsec does more than just a cursory scan of your code for known constructs and patterns. It actively evaluates Terraform code on the fly, meaning vulnerabilities created by the output of Terraform functions and expressions are caught. This is essential for catching those edge cases that manual review would likely miss. TFsec doesn't just scan your local code base, it also scans local and remote dependencies such as third-party modules that your code consumes. This gives you the most comprehensive security scanning possible. Sometimes TFsec will flag something as a security vulnerability that doesn't apply in your scenario or is something that you've mitigated elsewhere. In that case, it's easy to flag a particular code pattern for TFsec to ignore or disable the check altogether. As well as a user-friendly readable output, TFsec also has the ability to serialize the output into JSON or YAML, and that lets you easily integrate TFsec into other third-party tools. If you're serious about maximizing your security best practices and compliance, then you need a tool like TFsec by your side to do the heavy lifting. So let's take a quick look at TFsec in action. So here I've got a pretty simple Terraform repository. If we have a quick walk through what we've got a variables.tf file here, which just defines our AWS region. We've got terraform.tf, which initiates the AWS provider. And then we've got the storage.tf, which just sets up an AWS S3 bucket. And as we can see in here, we've got three different resources. We've got the S3 bucket itself, which we're calling demo bucket. We're then setting the object ownership with this bucket ownership controls resource, and finally an ACL resource to make the bucket private. So if you're new to Terraform, you might consider this pretty robust, that we've covered all our bases, ticked all the boxes, and we can go ahead and deploy this. But our goal here is to achieve the highest level of security best practices. So how sure can we be that this is as secure as it can be? If you were to review this code right now, how many security recommendations do you think you'd make? 2? 3? Well, this is where having a tool like TFsec comes in handy. So instead of relying on manual review, we're going to use TFsec and have TFsec scan this repository. The command for that is pretty simple. We're just going to run TFsec against the current directory and see how many security recommendations that it makes. So after running TFsec, we're not feeling quite as good about our code as we were before. It's picked up on 9 potential problems, and we can scroll up and have a look at what they are. So if we look at the output of TFsec here, we can see the results of any checks that have failed. We get an indicator of the severity, which ranges from critical down to low. We can see the file name where the check has been made and the code block that's at fault. Here we've got the check ID that relates to the rule that has failed, and some basic information about this security problem. So we can see the potential impact it would have and the suggested resolution. But we get a lot more than that. If we want to dive a bit deeper into the details as to why this is a security vulnerability and would it apply to us, then we can click the link here. So here we can read the documentation behind this particular check. We can see the explanation of why it's a potential issue. We can see the possible impact. And if we scroll further down, we're given a nice, easy to copy example of how to fix this in our own code. So we can see here that the recommended approach to block public ACLs from our S3 bucket is to have this AWS bucket public access block resource. So I'm just going to copy this for now and go back to our code. And up here, we can just paste that straight in and edit this for our use case. And now if we save that and run TFsec again, now we can see we've gone down from 9 potential problems down to 7. So by adding this fix, we've resolved 2 of the security vulnerabilities that TFsec found. Let's go back and look at the remaining issues. We see we've got a couple of medium severity ones here. We've got one that is flagging that we don't have logging enabled and the other one that we don't have versioning enabled. So now let's assume in our scenario that we actually have reasons for not enabling logging or versioning and that we're happy to proceed deploying these buckets without these features enabled. So for us, this isn't a potential security violation. So within the code, we can tell TFsec to ignore these checks. So we can look at the IDs. We've got the enable bucket logging check and we've got the S3 enable versioning check. So we want to ignore both of these on this code block. So we can come over here into our code and above the offending code block, we can just leave a comment here. And then in the comment, we just have the tag TFsec : ignore. So the first one I'm going to disable is the logging one, which is this ID. And then we can do the same for the other check. So TFsec : ignore : versioning. So now if I save this file and rerun TFsec, now we can see that those medium severity security checks aren't being failed and we still have 5 potential problems. And we can see number 1 is that we don't have encryption enabled. We've got number 2, which is bucket doesn't encrypt with a customer managed key. I think we're going to ignore that one as well for the sake of this demo. I'm just going to do another TFsec, ignore that one. The number 3, we have public access block does not block public policies. I think we'll fix that one. Number 4, we're not ignoring public ACLs. We probably want to fix that. And public access block doesn't restrict public buckets. We'll fix that one as well. So after ignoring the customer key, we're now down to these 4 potential problems. Let's fix those up quickly on our code and get these checks to pass. So after going through all of the suggestions from TFsec, we now have something that looks like this. So we've got a couple of checks up the top here that we're happy to ignore. And I've refactored the code that should be secure enough for TFsec. So we can verify that by just rerunning the command. And we can see there's no problems detected. So that gives us a good degree of confidence that this code meets a high level of security best practice. So we've looked briefly at what TFsec is and how we can run it to scan for security vulnerabilities in our code as a developer. In the real world, we want to implement these security checks at the CI/CD level, which means we can be sure that all these scans get run every time there's a commit and before anything gets merged. Using Spacelift, we can customize the workflow to integrate with TFsec. Let's take a look at that now. So here I've got a Spacelift stack that is managing this Terraform repository. And if I go into this and click into settings, the first thing I'm going to do is come down here to behavior and select show advanced options. So down here at the bottom, I get the ability to customize my workflow at various different stages, from the initialization stage right through to planning and applying my run. So what we're going to do here in the customize workflow section is we're going to add some commands to the initialization step that's going to download and install TFsec and then run it against our code. This we can do with 3 simple commands that I'm going to paste into here. So here we're just going to download the TFsec binary, make it executable, and then run it against our code. I'll just add that and save. So now let's go back to our code and we're going to make a change here that will cause TFsec to fail. So I'm just going to remove here the ignore statement for bucket logging. Save that. I can verify here locally with TFsec that should now fail. Now let's commit this code with its potential problem into Git so that Spacelift triggers a run. Now let's flip over back here to Spacelift and we can see that we have a run just kicked off from our Git commit. And let's watch that go through. So we can see this stack run has reverted to a failed status. And if we have a look down here at the details, we can see it's failed because TFsec's highlighted the potential security flaw. So using customized workflows, we can just add 3 simple commands to integrate TFsec into our stack run. But Spacelift allows us to have a much finer grained control by using policies. The way this works is that we can run commands in the customized workflow stages, save the serialized JSON output of that command into a file, and the data in that file can be ingested into a policy later down in the sequence. So let me show you how this can work with TFsec. Let's say, for example, that the scenario we've set up here is a bit too harsh, and that in reality you only want to fail the stack if you get a critical or a high severity issue. And anything with a low or medium severity, you want to generate a warning but not necessarily fail the stack. Well, that we can achieve with a plan policy. So the first thing we're going to want to do is to go into our settings again and head down into behavior and advanced options, and we're going to edit our customized workflow. And we're going to edit the TFsec command itself here. Firstly, we're going to give it the -s flag, which means do a soft scan, which means TFsec won't exit with a 1 status if there's any issues found, so this won't fail the stack. Then we're going to tell it that we want the output to be JSON. And then we're going to save the JSON output of the TFsec command into a file called tfsec.custom.spacelift.json. And then we save that. Next, we're going to come over here to policies, and we're going to create a new policy. We'll give it a name of TFsec. The type of policy that we're creating is a plan policy, because we want to run this when we do a Terraform plan. And then down here is the rego code for the policy we're creating. I'm just going to remove all the boilerplate stuff. And now I'm just going to paste in here the policy we're going to use. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the rego language itself and how we construct this policy. That's probably a topic for another video. So here we can see that this policy will take one of 2 actions depending on the criteria. So in these sections, we can see that we're pulling in the data that we previously saved into a file when we ran the TFsec command. And based on that data, this policy is going to deny if there are any issues that have a severity of high or critical, but it's only going to warn if it only finds issues that are medium or low. So let's create that policy. Now we're going to come back to our stack, back into settings, and click on policies here, and we're going to attach our TFsec policy to this stack. Now let's see what happens if we come over here to our previous failed run and retry it. So here we can see that the stack run has completed. It's in an unconfirmed state, so it hasn't failed this time. And if we look further down, we can see that the plan policy that we've written, the TFsec one, has kicked out a warning because it's found issues in the TFsec scan that are low or medium. So now I've got the choice. So because the plan policy has only issued a warn instead of a deny, I'm still able to confirm this or discard it. So I'm just going to discard this for now. So here we see the benefits of using a tool like TFsec to ensure that our Terraform code is always at the highest level of security compliance, and then integrating with Spacelift to not only ensure that those scans always get run, but we can also implement plan policies to dictate how we deal with those issues once they're raised. Spacelift can also use custom inputs, this relationship between the customized workflow and your policies, with other tools as well. You may decide to use a different security scanning tool such as Checkov, TerraScan, or CloudRail. All of these can be integrated with your Spacelift stacks much in the same way as we've just done with TFsec. If you want a deeper dive into TFsec itself or want to learn more about integrating security tools with Spacelift, then check out the 2 blog posts that I've linked below in the description. I hope this video has been helpful. Any questions, please do leave a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up and do consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like these. I'm Craig Dunn, developer advocate over at Spacelift. Until the next time.